With an op. Crypto with an op. Got that oppa stoppa, yes sir. And today we got a decent amount of things to talk about. It'll be a pretty chill day. Just bottom range, you know, just vibes. Vibes are immaculate. Fucking went to sleep at like 4 a.m. last night again. I have a problem. I have a really big problem, but it's okay. Fuck it, we ball. That's like my motto for the last while now. Yeah, you can hear me properly. Everything should be set up. I'm gonna check because I'm using a new streaming software. Oh, there we go. And so I should be live on multiple platforms. I'm just confirming that I am live. Yeah, live there. And then we should be live there. Very nice. Yeah, so basically I'm multi-streaming right now on Kick and Rumble. But I'm also using a new software that makes it way easier for me to get clips and stuff. Not only this software, but like there's a few reasons. So I'm also gonna start recording just in case. Yeah, but there's like a few benefits, and overall, it's basically OBS. The Streamlabs OBS. It's just has more utility within it. But yeah, and then there's also like built-in like clips and stuff, so I can just take clips more easily. And then also it comes with like this other software that makes it easier for me to make the clips mobile. So definitely messing around with that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading something. Ooh. Yeah, so okay, interesting. But yeah, so everything's chill. Vibes are immaculate, as I keep saying. Fucking hell. I'm trying to oops, what did I do? Oops. How the fuck did I do that? Alright, I have no idea what I did. I have no idea how that happened. Wait, what the fuck? Alright, never mind. I have no idea what the fuck I just did. Be like that. No, I'm just gonna ignore that ever happened. Sorry, I'm like figuring out my setup right now. It's like being weird. Oopsie. Let me just do that. Wait, let me select. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Let's just get into the fucking shit. So, I mean, let's just get into the charts. Let's not start with Velo. Let's start with just the weekly chart. Let's just zoom out. Let's take a look at this weekly. So this weekly right now looks super sideways. Right? So the pivot right now is 28,350. So the pivot's getting closer and closer. Right now we haven't had any we're just within this range. We haven't really decided. It's just a bunch of dojis in both directions. Market is fully undecided. The market has no idea what it wants to do. So it looks to me like continuing depression. Now at this point it's 3 weekly dojis. On the 4th or the 5th we're gonna resolve. Let's be real. So we got another week or two before we resolve, but we're definitely gonna resolve sooner than later. 5 days, same exact scenario, just a bunch of dojis and like wicks. Now, the 5-day pivot is now 29,600. So this pivot's a lot higher than it was before, right? This pivot has moved up a significant amount. And what does that mean for the markets? Overall, that is it just means that we're going to get a resolution faster. So, I mean, we did have this hidden bullish divergence, and now we're sitting here in the zone. Now, if we resolve to the upside, of course, that is 32,000 break. To the downside, that's probably all the way. That's breaking below 29, and it takes all the way to 25 probably, while to upside probably takes all the way to 38, like pretty cleanly. But for now, we have not resolved in any capacity. We did top last week, so it is pretty much just expected to continue go sideways. Nothing insane. On the 2-day, same thing. So what's going on? We've just gone sideways. You see volatility has dropped all the way to the bottom side, which is a bullish sign. And we also see our pivot is 31,350. So if we get above this pivot and we see volatility expand, that's a good sign. Otherwise, I expect to go more sideways until we either get above this pivot or until volatility starts to expand. And for volatility to expand, we need to basically get above this MA, which is at 30%, while volatility right now is at 0. So I don't think volatility is going to expand soon, but I do think overall trend here is up, and you should be, and like on any retest of 29, you would expect a next up move. That's the expectation at least. On the daily, volatility again super low. We did have this expansion, but it ended up it confirmed, but it wasn't a strong confirmation. It barely got above it, and then it already got below it. Right now the pivot point is 3,800. So basically any close above 3,800 is a turn up for stochastic, which is a bullish sign. but we do need volatility to start expanding. So once we see volatility start to properly expand, so once it gets above the MA and above 15 again, then we'll start seeing if this starts to conclude. So for now, again, trend is still up, but pretty much just sideways. Nothing super interesting. On the 12-hour, now volatility has been expanding, but this is more within a range. So we've been going up and down within this like super AIDS range, and basically just volatility is going sideways. Nothing super significant towards directional and how certain I am in any direction. All I know is trend is still pretty much up. We're still pretty much trending up, and the pivot point right now is 3,300. So getting above that on the 12-hour is good. Plus, on the 12-hour, there's a setup going on. So the setup is Jewel turning up below 35 on a daily uptrend is a very bullish sign. And we are about to get this signal. So if we start seeing Jewel turn up, will be a very good signal. This will be a very bullish signal. But first, we need to get that turn up. We're still going down. That could potentially mean we start to break down. So we have like a day or two where it's more statistically likely to go down, but then after that's just day, it's gonna be bullish again. We get the turn up and it'll be very bullish. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, Ryan. How you doing? Chilling. Vibes immaculate. W's in the chat. This looks bullish to me, by the way. Like, just look at it like from like price action. I feel like we're about to like go back to the top side of the range really fast, but I don't know. Just this is just the 12-hour. All right, so 4-hour volatility is super low. I mean, this weekend we basically gone side after like the run up to the top of the range and then the run down back to the bottom that we had on Friday and like Thursday, Friday. Like this weekend has been very slow, literally sideways, which makes sense. Usually after periods of high volatility, they're followed by periods of low, and so right now we're just grinding sideways. Trend is pretty irrelevant here. It's pretty much sideways. Pivot point's 3,100. So as long as we're above that, you know, it's more bullish. Volatility is also super low, so potentially get a move today or tomorrow. 1 hour, probably similar thing. Yeah, volatility is super low. Now we're just kind of like within this smaller range, going up and down. So we're kind of chilling. Let me pull up this chart for the 1 hour, and let me hide PMRP in this. And basically, right now on the 1 hour, kind of just trending down, but nothing super interesting. And then let's go to 15 minute. 15 minute. Looking for a pullback over here. Probably continue. Trend is down overall here. I would consider it. Probably look to pull back more. Okay. Sol long. Let's take a look at Sol. I'm curious how Sol is looking. So, let's look. All right. So Sol. Okay. So Sol. Yeah. Sol hasn't like done any. I mean, the Sol's doing quite well, but it hasn't like resolved in any direction. Interesting. Retested 25. Interesting. Curious. I'm trying to find 24. Didn't it end up retesting 24 at some point? I'm trying to remember. Okay, it was here. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, looks fine to me. Looks like an up only. I turned to 28 for overnight. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen right now. I mean, Bitcoin right now is bomb side. So you should generally just go max long. But I don't know. Low is 25 on Sol. Yeah. It was 20. Well, I kind of consider 24 because 24 is like the first retest, but right now it's 25. That's for certain. And then it fucking went to 32. Very immaculate. And then upside is like 30, pretty much. Sounds about right. I'm about to like bleed some stuff. Here. Very interesting. Looks like another drive of hidden bearish divergence. I don't know. Probably biased down. I'm curious how funding looks like. Let's pull up some funding charts. Funding on Sol. All right, so funding is actually pretty dead at this point. Oh, you like that? Funding. OI is still pretty high on Sol though. So you probably see both directions. Bitcoin. I thought OI was lower than it is. It's higher than I thought it was. It's kind of bad. Or at least it means that we see that, yeah, OI is higher than I thought it was, plus funding is higher than I thought it was. I mean, it's not like significant, but we probably see like more downside on Bitcoin first. Pretty even, yeah. I mean, at this point, I think that we see probably, I don't know, probably on a Jewel. I mean, we probably see a retested lows right now. Like, I say lows, but like on Bitcoin, I think it's more likely to see retested lows. Sol's like so far from the lows. So far from the lows, so it doesn't really matter. What's the 1 hour look like? Again, what's the pivot? All right, pivot's pretty relevant, and 4 hours also kind of, yeah. 15 minutes says we, maybe not retest lows. It's like 30, 31. What is this, like a half percent move? I don't know. I'm kind of waiting on my God algo. Wait, let me switch to my face so I can pull up my God algo. My, the one that I want to, like, mean there, like, I'm just gonna call it the God algo. The problem with it right now, there's no actual problem, but the problem is that it's not getting any entries. Let me pull up the 50-minute. Wait. Just make sure this is the right. Yeah. So so for the previous period, it's taken 100 trades. So 100 trades since when is this? Like, I'm trying to see when the first trade was. So list of trades. It's taken 100 trades in the last basically the last 6-7 months. It's taken 100 trades, right? It hasn't taken that many trades. It has an 80% win rate on like a what's it called? On a out of 100 trades out of the last 7 months. So, I mean, depending on your risk metrics, you get a certain performance factor. But the average trade is basically a 0.7% win, like a 0.7% win, like on average. So, if it was including wins, it's including wins and losses. So basically, like the losses make that negative. So it's like it's like a super positive average, and it hasn't taken like my God algo does not have a trade for a while right now, and the reason why is because it's waiting for a fucking daily volatility expansion, and so the last time I took a trade right now is the 6th, or not the 6th, so 0616. So it's like super boring right now. So it's live. No, it's not live. It's not live. It's like, but I'm just saying, like the last time it would have taken a trade. No, it needs to be live. I honestly got to make it live, but I'm kind of waiting on signals because honestly, trading is probably gonna be broken because it's usually good at identifying very strong trends and abuse. It's basically it's designed to abuse a strong trend, and we haven't really had a strong trend since where's it on the daily? Let's just pull up the daily chart to make it easy on Bitcoin. Since literally here since June. So like since this move up, this is like the last time I had to trade this move up. Yeah. So as soon as there is like an obvious, why not live now? So me and Thayer are waiting for, we're gonna start forward testing it on a Bybit account or whatever on Binance. We're just waiting for, yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I forgot I was showing something in the charts. Yeah, it's basically this period here where it took trades and then it hasn't taken a trade since. But yeah, we're waiting for I mean, I'm waiting for him to get the account. Once he gets the account set up, we'll start running it. I mean, it's pretty like the code is pretty much done on my end. Alertron, it's got to pay the subscription and then you just sit. But they're kind of just waiting on. But it's not that deep because it hasn't taken a trade. It's still waiting on a daily volatility. Well, technically here volatility on the daily was expanding, but the problem with here with this volatility expanding on the daily, so right here, the problem with it is if we run it to the, so one of the filters is on the 2-week, and I think this was turned down during that day, or no, it was turned up. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it just didn't have any trades. Interesting. I think that was I think it fit the conditions. I don't remember what the other conditions were. There's a number of conditions. I don't know. We'll see. I do want this pivot to come down though. This pivot's super high on the 2-week, and even though we can get super up there, that's when we're trending super hard. So either we trend super hard here, or we pull back. Those are like the two options. And I mean, we're going to find out. We're going to fuck around and find out. This 2-week is going to be super interesting the way it plays out. Let's pull up this. So, I mean, Bitcoin, so 3-month by average. So, Mondays are generally a red day. Tuesdays are generally a green day. So, I expect today to be a little bit red. Retest like the bottom for Bitcoin. It's really what I expect. Nothing super interesting. I expect today to be more sideways than anything. And tomorrow, if we're bullish, to be the bullish day. OY changes. What spiked? Uniswap spiked, and then what is perform? Uniswap is performing pretty good on the last day. I missed last day. If we go 2-week. Last 2 weeks we have XRP and Solana leading, and then everybody else kind of doing kind of eh. Solana manlets. Velo data has an update. No need to check multiple lists for top performers anymore. It's now on the market page. So that's kind of what I just showed right now. It's right here. You see it? Velo data. So Z was like, I'll be emotionless during this run up. I have to follow data. The data is showing me 250k is possible. However, there's a bit more confluence at the 120k to 200k price point, with 150k being the sweet spot. Now, what are my thoughts on that? I do agree. I think that 150k is the most likely scenario, and maybe not 150k. I do think we're getting to at least 100k. We're definitely gonna get up there. Like, realistically speaking, like, based on prior cycles, the amount we've gone up, like, we're probably gonna get pretty high up this time around. Especially if we do have Especially if we do have people like J.P. Morgan and like Goldman Sachs and all these big banks getting into crypto, and BlackRock, of course, the most important one. You see them get into crypto, then you can see Bitcoin get a lot of like a big run up and a lot of, what's it called, a lot of hype around it. So definitely another bullish cycle where we do get an insane blow off top is very possible, and I think it's coming overall. But that's, like, obviously nothing's confirmed. Do what you will. Do what you will. Yeah. Oh, something I wanted to say. So, two things that have changed, Ryan. So, one, I mean, obviously I'm multi-stream, but I'm using Streamlabs OBS. So that has, what's it called? So that allows me to make clips, like, actively. So I just hit, like, a command, and then it highlights, like, a clip, and then I can keep that. So that one's big. And then also, what happened? Something else happened that was big. That makes my life a lot easier. Oh, there's also, like, another software that comes with this that makes it easier for me to make into, like, a short. And then there's something else. I don't remember. But anyways, my life should be easier for clips and shit. So that shit's big. Shit massive. Yeah. Nothing super interesting on the charts, right? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Let's just get back into the fucking shit. Oh yeah, the other thing. So because it's easier for me to make those like crops and shit, I don't need like the half and half. So remember how I had the half and half here, like this shit? I don't really need it because uh it's like it's gonna be easier for me just to have it normally like this, and I'll do all the crops and shit. So I'll worry about the crop part later. But yeah, this is like perfectly fine, and so that part's big. That's what I want to talk about. So anyways, the bull case for Bitcoin according to Ark. Bitcoin is likely to scale into a multi-trillion-dollar market. We're likely to see Ark's research estimates that the price of one Bitcoin could exceed $1 million by 2030. And then they have this 2030 Bitcoin price target. And they have all this, like, this statistics and stuff, whatever. But generally, everybody's pretty bullish Bitcoin, and it's likely to scale into a multi-trillion-dollar market. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Honestly, though, Ark need to put their money where their mouth is and need to buy more crypto, because all I've seen is them selling Coinbase, puking Coinbase stock, puking Tesla, puking all the crypto related stuff. And so they need to buy more Bitcoin and outperform the market. Just saying. Meta Law Man, SEC versus Coinbase update. We now have the transcript of the pre-motion conference held on Thursday. Things went worse for the SEC than was initially reported. The judge explicitly aligned herself with Coinbase on a key argument that was unusual for a first appearance. Sounds like Coinbase are going to win the lawsuit. I keep saying this. It's pretty obvious. Coinbase are very, very likely to win this lawsuit. I see, like, not many realities where BlackRock or BlackRock and Fidelity are backing Coinbase as their Bitcoin holder, and then Coinbase don't win like anything with it. SEC Coinbase are gonna obviously very easily win. It's pretty much written in the books. Now, all right. High net worth investors with more than $1 million have their highest allocation to cash per CNBC. It's just interesting. I don't really have any like takes for this. Just an interesting statistic. We're gonna see how that plays out. Not too certain about that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It could mean that markets could pump higher, people could invest more, or it could mean that people are waiting for people are waiting for FOMO and then waiting for that crash, and then once we get this crash, they're going to go and put their cash in the market. Jeremy Grantham has said AI was unlikely to interfere with the stock market bubble bursting, but could limit the fallout, per BI. So this is just interesting. The AI boom definitely has like made the market go higher for longer. And it definitely is overall been pretty bullish for the markets. So, I mean, I guess we'll see how this continues to play out. AI is clearly very, very powerful. and has a lot of future in making everybody more efficient. So I mean, I assume we'll continue seeing for certain that we'll continue seeing AI continue to do quite well, and yeah, just more of an interesting statistic or just more interesting way of thinking of how AI will affect the markets. Let's talk about crypto again. I mean, let's talk about Binance. So one thing, so crypto exchange Binance has officially completed the integration of Bitcoin on the Lightning Network with deposits and withdrawals using the L2 scale now open. This is massive for Bitcoin because it finally validifies Bitcoin or the Lightning Network on Bitcoin, which is basically a scaling solution for Bitcoin, which is very cheap and very fast. And people originally were not using it, and it's been a very slow adoption curve for them. But they're finally seeing exchanges start to adopt them. And if exchanges are adopting them, that means that exchanges have users that want to use it. And if users are actually using Bitcoin Lightning Network, that is very, very bullish for Bitcoin scaling solutions and Bitcoin itself, because it means that Bitcoin can finally scale and be more useful for the day-to-day user rather than just be super expensive and slow and just be for your average whale moving millions of dollars. So this is a very good sign for Bitcoin, and shows that Bitcoin is starting to catch up with the time, starting to improve as a product. So all right, let's talk about some Binance Fud now. Now that we talked about the Lightning Network, let's talk about some Binance Fud. So I mean, basically, Adam Cochran, he's had a lot of decent takes over the last few weeks. Basically, he just goes on this like 10-tweet thread and talks about how all this different FUD with Binance, a decline in profit, and then how and then all this stuff like, oh, market recovered, you guys should have money, and then he starts like talking shit. You guys should be earning 10 billion to 12 billion a year, stuff like this. Now, my issue with this is that two things. One, when it comes to Binance, we don't want to see Binance die, right? If Binance dies, that means internationally crypto takes a massive, massive hit that removes a lot of liquidity from the markets. We probably see crypto get to lows. It probably doesn't break lows, probably takes us back to lows if we see Binance get into some like deep shit. So one, we really don't want this to happen, right? We don't want to be fudding it even. We just want to like identify that there's risk and we kind of want to ignore it. Now, second of all, if we look at the BNB charts, let me pull up the BNB chart right now. Binance hasn't broken down. As much as you want to hate on BNB, they've pretty much held this bottom zone, right? We're pretty much holding it quite nicely. So even though we're in this trend now, we've broken down from the top here about 35%. We haven't like completely shit the bed. BNB still 245. So until we see BNB actually break down here, I really doubt we're going to see anything bad happen. Now, we have seen OI come up significantly this down move, and we have seen funding go pretty negative. So I do think, personally, a pretty big move is coming for BNB. Probably takes us back to 285. Like, give like a nice, like, 20% move. Like, just to liquidate all the bears and just kind of, like, fix their price a little bit before... If we were to break down, I would expect a wick up to, like, 275 at least. And then we go uber down. I wouldn't expect shorts to just win outright. But regardless, until BNB actually crashes, I really find it hard to see the bear scenario here, and I think you're just kind of bear hopium on the BNB and Binance, and I think this is way blown over the top FUD overall. Opensea, so Opensea have their airdrop soon. I mean, maybe not airdrop. Oh, and no, this is not a token. So Opensea are like hyping this thing up, and everybody was like at first, oh, is this an airdrop? And they're saying, no, it's not a token. So at least they're saying that. But what is it? We're going to find out. But going to be interesting. But yeah, going to be... I doubt it's an... I wonder what this actually is. To me, if I had to guess, it's like some sort of charity thing. But I have no idea. Realistically. Just in, Russia halts grain deal after Crimea bridge explosion. So if you don't know, a lot of grain in the world is produced, like a solid percentage of grain in the world is produced in Ukraine, and so Russia were trying to set up this deal with Ukraine in order to like allow them to continue producing like whatever their grains are, so like wheat and shit. But now you're starting to see that what's it called? You're seeing that like Russia, like they were unable to get to the deal, and then there were Crimea bridge explosions, so the dealings have stopped, and you're seeing the price of grain spike. So if I pull up the grain index, let me pull that up. Yeah, let me pull it up. All right, so let's find grain. There's an index for grains. Dow Jones Commodity Grains. Is it? Yeah, you're seeing grains pull back quite significantly. 3%. Or no. So you're seeing. Wait, let's look at it on the daily. So if. Wait, alright, maybe that's not what I'm looking for. I was looking for something else. Anyways, I basically saw a tweet where grains were up 3%. I'm not even gonna bother looking for it anymore. Fuck that shit. But you're seeing the price of grains increase. And honestly, not the best for the world. Basically continues to increase inflation on the supply side, and that's not a good sign. Very, very interesting article here. Federal Reserve applauds Taylor Swift for helping the economy. So apparently the Taylor Swift Era Tour is proving more than just the lives of Swifties. According to a new report from the Federal Reserve, one contact in Philadelphia highlighted the fact that amid an overall slowing recovery in the tourism industry in general, May was the strongest month for hotel revenue in the area since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, largely due to the Swift's her series of concerts. So this is massive for the economy, and kind of hilarious that Taylor Swift is literally saving the economy single-handedly. Just very impressive. When I saw this, I was like, holy shit, that's hilarious. Funds that funds that have completed that have more funds that have more complicated names perform worse than less wordy peers. A study led by Derek Horstmeyer has found. I thought this was again another like hilarious statistic. I'm actually gonna link that. Wait, I want to link it to Kalani really quickly. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just pulling something up really quickly. All right. Yeah, sorry. Pull that up. All right, let's continue. So, yeah. So this is on the AI. Let's talk about AI a little bit. Let's just jump all over it. This has been a little bit of disorganized stream. Just been jumping all over. So, I mean, if we look at AI, this is a photo of a white cat curled up on a gray bed sheet. So, I mean, if you look at this picture, you'd think it's an omelet, right? If you're super zoomed out, but then if you look closer, you can tell that it is a cat with an egg, not an egg, with a what's it called, an orange on its body. There's an orange fruit. But the AI is literally able to identify this is a photo of a white cat curled up on a gray bed sheet. The cat is sleeping with its head tucked under its body. There's an orange fruit placed on the cat's back, making it look like an egg yolk on a fried egg. The background is a gray bed sheet with some wrinkles. Is there anything else you'd like to know about this picture? That's insane to me. That is such an accurate description. It really goes to show how powerful vision AI is these days, and it's probably better than most people's vision, and that is scary. And honestly, we keep seeing like all these shits like prove you're not a robot and press the right thing. But honestly, AI these days is probably better at doing that shit than we are. That shit is hard as fuck. How it started versus how it's going. So if you look at Threads, it's so Taylor Lorenz, I believe she's a politician. Or I don't know what she is exactly, but she was like, it's so over, we're so back. Rip Twitter, long live fake Twitter, and bullish Threads. And then Taylor Lorenz, second community guideline violation in less than a week. How you're supposed to discuss or talk about news stories and the media when IG censors it. Other people posted this exact screenshot and got no violation. This is so ridiculous, and I'm in danger of losing my IG account now. This is hilarious. Goes to show how important freedom of speech is, and why while Twitter will remain on top forever and ever. Elon Musk. So I saw this now on the Twitter news. Let's continue it. Elon Musk says currently Twitter Spaces all cause zero revenue. So that means two things. Either one, he's got to figure out how to earn revenue off it, or two, he's gonna get rid of it. And it honestly sounds like they are going to remove it, and that's not a good sign because I think a lot of people love Spaces. Twitter Spaces is absolutely amazing, and it really killed off some potential. What did it kill off? There was like competition for it that it completely destroyed. But gonna be unfortunate to see Twitter Spaces go, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it gone. But hopefully it doesn't, because a lot of people use it, a lot of people love it, so it'd be better if you could figure out some method of monetizing it. such as, for example, making only Twitter Blue users be able to use it, or some shit like that. That's what I expect. All right. All right. So let's get into some market watch. So, yeah, wait. Oh, wait, I should be bigger. Honestly, this is probably better. Whatever. All right, so some market watch. So, I mean, let's see what's up on. Like, I expect everything to be sideways. Yeah, pretty much sideways overall market. Weekly, you have some very, very big gainers, like such as XRP on the watch list. Let's take a look at the day. I think Rollbit is up. Yeah, Rollbit's up 20% of the day. You know, Rollbit is like up 70% of the week, and it's been 70% up 70% of the week for the last like 2 weeks. So Rollbit is up immaculately right now. It's at a 300 million market cap. Jeez. Bets roll is also up quite a bit. So let's take a look at my port. Actually, we'll go to the portfolio later. We'll go to the portfolio later. Aave has launched its new multi-collateral stablecoin Go on the Ethereum mainnet, with more than $2 million worth of Go being minted in the last 24 hours. This is super interesting. We're seeing a lot of protocols create their own stablecoins because there's a lot of demand for stablecoins, and when people use it, it tends to earn protocols a lot of money, and it allows them to increase their yield on the protocol. Now, the risk is that if if they become under collateralized, then they become depegged, and then it causes a crash for the protocol. But right now, I think we're in the right time to start launching these stablecoins because we're going to be in a bull market, and this bull market's going to be hard to get become under collateralized because prices will go up only. So I do think it's a very good sign for Aave and the Aave protocol. All right. Cello to return home. So we're seeing Cello. Cello originally was an L2 for Ethereum, but it eventually turned to an L1, and now it's changing back. It's forking back into an L2. It's forking into a roll up. Now you're seeing a lot of these crypto projects pivot right back to, or you're seeing a lot of these L2s pivot to, or you're seeing a lot of these L1s pivot to an L2 because what they're realizing is that they're not going to be able to compete with these other L1s. And their only method of getting any price action is by being a scale solution for Ethereum. And that's probably their future, especially these EVM ones. So just very funny seeing that them all return back to Ethereum as L2. Overall, overall, any of these projects that do this are probably going to perform better than they would have without it. But I'm still bearish every single one of these projects that do it. And I don't think they'd perform well in the long run. Oops, not mean to do that. Ripple says U.S. banks will want to use XRP cryptocurrency after partial victory in SEC fight per CNBC. Now, I think this is complete bullshit. Unfortunately, as bullish as you are, Ripple, I smell insane cap, and I don't think anybody's ever going to actually use Ripple. Ripple's purely for the hype. Let's be realistic. And once this hype dies down, Ripple slowly goes to zero. And versus Bitcoin, it will always just trend towards zero. That's my personal belief on Ripple. Let's get into the watch list. So, or let's get into the portfolio. So the portfolio right now is 1535. So overall, microcaps are up the most. Rollbit is one of my biggest holdings, which is insane to me. RLB is worth 10%, even though I've put in like probably like 3%, and the bets as well is like doing quite well. Bets and RLB have been quite massive outperformers. Along with Pendle. So let's just DCA to Bitcoin 10. We're just gonna continue the DCA trend. Love me some DCA. Fuck, I can't do math. 1, 5, 1, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Slowly, we can buy more Bitcoin again because Bitcoin dropped. Oops, 5, 5, 4, 3. Big caps, add transaction. All right. What's my big cap pick of the day? I would like to add more to Uniswap. I do like Uni a lot. I mean, actually, nah, I'm pretty allocated on Uni. Maybe I'll add more to. I don't want to add more to Sui. Axel RPA has been weak, so I'm not gonna add more. I mean, we could add more into the meme coins. That's honestly not a terrible buy at any stage. I'll add more Pepe or more Doge. Which one am I feeling? I'll add more Pepe this time, and then I'll add more Doge tomorrow. I'm not feeling like anything super significant, so we could just buy like a billion Pepe. You know the vibes. 8, 6, 5, 4. All right, add transaction. And then what's the last one? So microcap. I'm probably just gonna add. I kind of want to do an all-in bets on BetSwirl. So I mean we've kind of seen the gaming, not the gaming, the gambling start to take off. And I'm kind of willing to take an all-in on BetSwirl. I think that ends up performing very well, even though Pendle has outperformed it overall. And Pendle's honestly at a good price where I can add more to Pendle. Maybe I'll add more to Pendle. I want to add more to BetSwirl. I want to add more into RDT. Probably add more into both of them because I think gambling is like one of the biggest hype cycles, and we're in a little bit of a hype cycle for it. But I just want to continue it. I think it continues for a little bit, so I think BetSwirl will be an outperformer. There we go. Let's just add more into it. Fuck it. Fuck it. We ball. So overall, we're on day 35 of my portfolio, and what's the 35 times 40? So we're $1,400 in, so we're up 175. So 175 divided by 1,400. So we're up about 12.5%, which is definitely outperforming Bitcoin in this period. And for the last 35 days, Bitcoin's gone literally sideways. So I mean, just hard outperforming. DCAing just tends to win, and especially these micro caps tend to be the big winners. Look, Ethereum and Bitcoin are basically equal, and the big caps are basically equal, but these micro cap picks, if you pick them right, you could be up literally an extra 25-30% on it overall, or on specific ones, hundreds of percents up. You just have to spray and pray a little bit and try to catch narratives, and it tends to work out very, very well. If you go look at Fuddies, so Fuddies now at Hyperspace, you can now set a floor buy price. So you can have a floor bid. So this is right now 55.81 SWE, as well as the floor price right now 72. So you can go and get a Fuddy for 72 SWE. Pudgy Penguin floor is at 3. No, it's like 4 right now, I believe. It's 3.874. There was a Pudgy Penguin that just sold for, I believe, 69 ETH. Where is it? Yeah, so this Pudgy Penguin just sold for 69 ETH. Very, very impressive. Very, very bullish. Oh, sold to Rollbit. So Roll bought. They're basically Rollbit, and very cool. Rollbit just bought a Pudgy Penguin for 69 ETH. Very bullish Pudgy Penguins. Inner Igloo. This happened this Sunday, so that was yesterday. It was very big. Some news on some merch. So basically, like their jackets are gonna cost like $450, which is absolutely insane to me. I'm not copying one for $450, but I mean, some very bullish news for Pudgy Penguins, and overall, Q4 is going to be absolutely massive for Pudgy Penguins. Pudgy Penguins also just released Pudgy Swap, so that is a simple solution for OTC trading. So you can go, so they're powered by Flip XYZ. There's 0% fees, 0% anything. You can go and swap Pudgy Penguin for Pudgy Penguin, and it's just very, very cool to see more utility within the Pudgy Penguin ecosystem. 69th like snipe, by the way. Pudgy, so proposal 325 has passed, so now this Pudgy Penguins X Nouns DAO this December. So very excited to see how this plays out. And very bullish Pengus overall. And it's also very impressive because if you look at Nouns DAO, what day are they on right now? So let's look at Noun. So there's a new noun every day, right? And every day, each of these nouns sell for like 30 ETH or so, right? Like, how do I look at previous sales? Explore nouns and traits. Is how you do it? Yeah, so every one of these nouns just sell for like every day. There's been like a new nouns. All these people are big builders, right? So for something to pass on nouns, it means that all these big builders have to agree with it, and these people all have a lot of money, and they're all quite rich, and so so seeing nouns DAO have a what's it called, seeing them like agree to it is very bullish overall for crypto. Or not for crypto, for Pudgy Penguins, because they're agreed to. Oh yeah, I can look at the previous one. Winner at fat nounders. All noun auction proceeds. For this reason, we the project have chosen to compensate ourselves with nouns. Every 10th noun for the first 5 years will be sent to our multi-sig. Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. 29.4. I mean, they're basically they're permanently selling for like 30 ETH or so, which is absolutely insane. I wonder, can you find their Opensea? I want to see their Opensea. I want to see them Opensea, but that is absolutely insane by nouns, and it's gonna be very massive for what's it called, for Pudgy Penguins, because that means that these big ass builders are bullish to them. Damn, they have 18,000 in volume. Holy shit, I didn't realize like that. Damn, nouns 4 is fucking insane. I don't even know what the fuck they do. Oh shit, this one's sick. I like this one a lot. Maybe one day I'll get a nouns. One day, one of these days. Luca Nets, if NFTs are collectibles, then execution greater than speculation. If NFTs are tokens, then speculation greater than execution. Are NFTs collectibles or tokens? It's a great question, and I guess we'll find out, Luca. And I guess you'll show us. He'll show us the masterclass on what they are. And I'm sure if anybody can do it, Luca can. Luca is an absolute fucking genius. That's all I've discovered. Also, Pudgy Penguins now have 5 billion views on their Jiffies. So again, just more insane news on the Pudgy Penguin end. Very, very nice. Very, very impressive. Captain Lax, so Paris, Degods NFT, Frank Degods. So Degods basically had this event in Paris, and this is a bunch of dudes partying. Now it's just kind of cringe. There's literally not a single woman in sight. It's like a bunch of dudes. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No. But like, come on, where the bitches at? It also looks kind of cringe, like the way, like there's too many light. I don't know. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? What the fuck was that slap, bro? I'm sorry, I saw this video, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I don't know, bro. It's like none of these dudes, like, they're all meeting each other for the first time, all having a good time. I respect that they're having a good time. They're all probably lit as fuck. But this is not the vibe. Whatever. I mean, that's their vibe, I guess. I still want a D-God, but that's their vibe. That is not my vibe in any capacity. But you know what? That's how it'd be like. That's how it'd be like. Let's continue. So my lady makers. So meanwhile, my lady, which actually have women involved. Like, I hopped in the Discord and like half the people were actually women. I was like, what the fuck? There are women in crypto? No shot. But my lady, so they have a soiree, which will be in Paris, 17th July 2023. Formal dress code open bar for my lady holders. Sponsored by Bunny Girl Capital. So very bullish. My ladies, of course, like the greatest NFT project of all time has to be my ladies, like Anja. Other than Pudgy Penguins, it has to be my ladies. And honestly, W my lady. Comment W my lady. The Hodler Collective, it's usually not overtly obvious when something special is being created, but sometimes it is. Secured a couple of sets. Opepen Thread Edition. One right. And so that's the Jalil.eth. He made this art based on the Opepen. So basically what was going on. So basically, NotThreadGuy, who basically had to make a Mutant Ape Yacht Club as his profile picture for the longest period of time, just changed it to this. And why did he do that? He did this with Jack Butcher for the Opepen edition. Now, is there a particular reason other than just to do something cool? No, but I think the art is cool. It's clean. It's an Opepen edition where like over 20,000 people can get one for $2, and it's just true collectors. Like if you're an art collector, you can just collect one and you can have it for your life. And I think these cheap mints are going to be super important for the future of crypto because it shows people willing to just get the same art just to collect the art. This is like truly just collect. This is purely collecting. It's not like, oh, you have a PFP, you have like any of this thing. This is purely just collecting. And you're collecting this art that other people can also collect, but now you're part of like this collector group. Yeah, I've claimed this thing. Yeah, I've claimed that thing. So this is just really cool and very, very bullish overall for the Opepen edition, and shows a turning point for crypto in terms of the collector world. So it'll be very interesting to see this play out. And then Beeple dropped this for the culture. So obviously, I mean, Opepen, like, just cool art. They did it together with him. Very, very nice. Very, very common W's. Here's a Mavia, so some more art, level 1 versus level 10 word ball. So here's a Mavia just letting their first 100 players into the game, and I think they're going to land their next 100, 150, 140 players, or however much that number is in, like, the next few weeks, week or two. So I should be in that second batch, so that's very exciting. I'm excited to play the game, and I'll get in on that. And then finally, Loopify, so they're doing a care package. They're dropping 290 pieces for their Treeverse. You can go buy one if you're not even a holder. You don't hold Treeverse. Very cool. It looks like some merchant shit. Very excited for Treeverse. And I wish I could zoom in, but I guess not. Overall, bullish Treeverse, and I'm just excited to see how this looks. Thanks for purchasing one of our Treeverse. We appreciate your support. And then, yeah, this probably comes with like some clothing and some stuff. So very excited. Very cool to see this. And overall, bullish Treeverse. Very, very bullish Treeverse. So yeah, that's the end of the stream. Been fucking here. Been talking. Hey, I look for some. Same shit with company tickers. Yeah, very, very nice market. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like checking something. But yeah, yeah. What's going on right now? Bitcoin looks like it's going to the bottom side. Like, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, 15-minute looks like we're gonna pull back a little bit here. Let me pull up. Let me open up. What's it called? Let me open up PMRP in this. I mean, technically your TP was right here, so I mean, I called the trade right. The trade was right here. You got a nice 0.3, so depending on your leverage, could have been like a percent. Honestly, a small trade. Not a big move. That's your TP though. Technically, if you're trading this technically, like purely technicals, you TP there. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. To me, that's the pull. I mean, wait, let's take a look at OI. All right. Oops, let me refresh this. Shit, not updated. All right, OI is increasing on the That's on the hours, so I don't really count. On the 15-minute, OI is increasing. I would stay in the short if you took the short. I should have taken it. Whatever. I'll take it next time. Probably expect that to continue. But yeah, that's me. My look in the market. I got a bunch of shit to do today, and then I gotta do these clips and shit. I gotta like work on myself on like some shit, and then I'm probably gonna hop on League later once I get all this shit cleared up and get all the clips done. So it'll be a big day. But thank you for pulling up if you did. Appreciate it, Ryan. Goal is more viewers. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, and gonna drop some clips actually today. Finally, for the first time in a minute. In a minute. Yeah, damn. But yeah, I recorded the whole thing, so very nice. And yeah, thank you for pulling up. If you enjoyed the stream, subscribe, hit the like button, and comment down below, and give me head. I mean, nah, you don't have to give me that part, but go